Hi, my name is Diane Pelletier and I am the Finance Director for the City of Boulder City, Nevada. The Boulder City Finance Department plays a role in every activity that city employees undertake for the citizens of Boulder City. Our roles may not be obvious, but we provide support to all city departments. As you will see in the following video, the Finance Department has been busy working for the residents of Boulder City and has taken to heart the challenge of improving our transparency. Our update includes a snapshot of what each finance division does for our citizens and city employees, along with our accomplishments over the last year and useful financial statistics. Let's start this journey by visiting the accounting division. I would like to introduce you to our accounting manager, Rebecca Gillis. Rebecca?
The accounting division is responsible for making sure that all of our vendors are paid, all of our lease tenants and other receivable accounts are properly billed and paid. Also within the accounting division is our payroll function to ensure that our approximately 300 employees are properly compensated. Each year, the city is audited by an independent auditing firm that specializes in municipal audits. The accounting division coordinates the access to our accounts and reports to ensure that a complete and accurate audit is conducted. This audit leads to the publication of our comprehensive annual financial report, which recently received the Certificate of Achievement from the GFOA. The accounting division works closely with our utility billing division to account for our utility revenues. Next up is Brady Prestwich, our utility billing supervisor, to explain what they do for the city. Brady?
The utility billing division is responsible for the financial side of our utility services. Our meter readers collect reads from every meter once a month, and with that information, we send out the monthly billing notices to our customers. Our office staff processes the utility payments and ensures that the payments are credited to the proper accounts. Our staff is also here to provide customer service to citizens who may have questions on bills, need to close or open an account, or to report an issue on city property. Along with utility billing, our division is also responsible for processing any general payments made to the city, such as permit or lease payments. Another major responsibility of our division is business licensing. This includes reviewing and improving any new license applications, processing renewals, and providing customer service to any citizens who may have questions in regards to business licensing. Next up is Angela Mannanen, our budget manager, to explain what that function does for the city. Angela?
The Budget Management Division is responsible for preparing our annual budget, including regulatory compliance with state and federal statutes. Overall, we prepare the budget for 19 different funds, totaling over $70 million annually. Not only does preparing a budget include planning for expenses, but it also requires a forecast of future revenues in our ever-changing economic climate. During fiscal year 2020, 5 new special revenue funds were approved by the City Council that assist in budgeting of unforeseen and unexpected events. They provide resources to the city to navigate unplanned emergencies such as a rock slide, legal expenses, or the possibility of revenues coming in lower than expected. All these enable the city to be better fiscally responsible and keep the city running even when unplanned events occur. As the COVID-19 pandemic happened towards the end of fiscal year 21 budget preparation, the budget needed to be adjusted multiple times as new information became available and revenue forecasts were constantly reevaluated. Budget management does not stop when a budget is adopted. It is a year-long operation. Just as one budget is approved and implemented, work immediately begins for the next budget cycle and to monitor forecasts and actual expenses and revenues to ensure the city can keep financially running smoothly. Next up is Paul Sikora, our Purchasing and Risk Management Manager, to explain what that function does for the city. Paul?
The Purchasing and Risk Management Division ensures that all city purchasing practices are compliant with state and federal purchasing requirements. This includes the preparation and execution of all requests for proposals for construction projects or to purchase major equipment, requests for qualifications when hiring outside engineering or consulting firms, and other formal solicitations for goods and services. To further our department's efforts to become more transparent, the city now uses the Nevada Government Electronic Marketplace, or NGEM, to advertise all of our projects and solicitations. This enables the city to reach out to thousands of potential bidders to ensure we're getting the best price and most qualified persons for our projects. During the last year, purchasing has conducted 14 formal solicitations, written over 100 contracts, and saved over $350,000 by using competitive bidding and cooperative purchasing techniques. The division also manages our risk management function, which includes reviewing and investigating all insurance claims against the city, coordinating with our insurance carriers to ensure we have all of the required insurances, and completing subrogation actions to retrieve monies for city property that has been damaged by the community. In the last year, the city has processed 15 claims against the city, resulting in $1,000 in payouts, and received over $15,000 back during 14 subrogation actions. Lastly, the division also manages all grant requests jointly with our contracts and real estate and accounting divisions. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the division actively sought out all possible grant opportunities to ensure that the city received what it was entitled to so that our basic municipal operations could continue. During this last year, the city has received $1.5 million in CARES Act funding from the county, $2.69 million in FAA CARES distribution for the airport, and is actively working 11 other subgrants and project requests. Next up is Brock Armentrout, our contracts and real estate manager, to explain what that function does for the city. Brock?
Thank you, Paul. The Contracts and Real Estate Division is responsible for all land leases within the city, not only for solar development, but also our various communication sites and other land leases, such as the Cascada Golf Course. Drafting of the lease, ordering appraisals, and putting together the final lease package for City Council approval and execution is the primary part of this position. This includes maintaining a mapping data set and other databases to track the performance of each lease. The division also identifies potential opportunities for additional leases for solar or communication facilities to maximize the value of our city lands for our revenue stream. For those rare instances when the city is selling land, the contracts manager arranges for the required appraisals, preparation of the sales contract, and City Council approval and closing documents. Information on how to lease or purchase city land is available on the Finance Department website under Forms. The division also jointly participates with purchasing and accounting divisions to ensure that all possible grant opportunities are sought out and applied for. The division also provides backup technical support for our IT division and administrative services and BCTV when necessary. Lastly, the division is responsible for implementing all transparency programs for the Finance Department, such as the preparation of our executive summaries for our budgets, our annual financial plan document, and other special projects to get the information out to our public. Local government finance can be a very confusing topic to understand and follow for the average person. Even more so when attempting to understand complex documents such as the annual budget or a capital improvement plan and other Finance Department documents. For this past year, the Finance Department set a goal to improve our communication to the public and to make our publications easier to read and understand. For example, our executive summaries for budget for fiscal year 2021 were split into two publications. One covers the general fund and operations of the city, while the second covers our business operations, also called proprietary funds or enterprise funds, and these include our utilities and airport operations. With the successful efforts of improving our transparency to understanding our budgets, our staff focused on other publications. Previously not available to the public, you can now read about our vehicle and equipment replacement fund and our 5-year financial plan. All of these publications are available at our webpage under the Publications tab at www.bcmb.org/finance. This past year was also a year of challenges, with the failure of a bond measure at the June 2019 election to replace our aquatic center. The Finance Department took on the challenge to develop an alternate financing plan to replace the pool complex. The plan was reviewed by our affected city departments, Zion's Public Finance, our Bond Council, the Ad Hoc Pool Committee, and our City Council. The plan provides a roadmap to accumulating sufficient funds through existing sources over a period of time to replace the complex. While the COVID-19 pandemic has glitched things up for our local economy, this plan is still relevant and can be put into action with City Council approval. Our overall budget document, which can be over 300 pages long, can be very difficult to navigate. And at the same time, that document only tells the public how much money was budgeted for each line item. It does not give daily status updates on how each budget is being spent and managed. Our Finance Director, Diane Pelletier, felt that this was a concern and that we needed to make our document more transparent. She tasked our account analyst, Debbie Ferdinand, to address the complex topic of how to provide live access to our account status to the public, and she turned to our accounting software provider, Teller Technologies. Other cities had similar concerns and needed a web-based solution that would provide access to our account status to the general public in an easy-to-use format. Because of their efforts, the city now provides public access via our Open Finance portal. Within this portal, citizens can review the current status of every budget line item, review our vendors paid, and more. To visit our Open Finance portal, please go to www.bcmv.org/finance/Socrata. That's spelled Socrata. Boulder City continues to enjoy the lowest tax rate in the state of Nevada for incorporated cities. Our tax rate of 26 cents per $100 of assessed valuation has remained at this level for many years. In comparison, the next lowest tax rate in the state is more than double the Boulder City rate. Over the past 12 months, the Utility Billing Department managed an average of 8,157 utility accounts. These are a combination of residential, commercial, and industrial utility accounts. On average of these 8,157 accounts, the city would send out 1,258 late payment notices, or 15% of our total accounts. Unfortunately, several customers would not pay after the third late payment notice, and on average the city would shut off utilities for about 40 accounts, or less than 1% of our total customer base. At over 207 square miles, Boulder City is one of the largest cities in land area in the state, and also one of the larger landowners. Our consistent sunshine, proximity to Hoover Dam, interstate electric transmission lines, and vast acres of flat desert land have made Boulder City a focal point for solar energy production. To date, the city has leased or optioned to lease 11,846 acres for solar energy development that will generate up to 1.9 gigawatts of electricity. 4 solar projects started construction in 2019 and are on target to be completed by the spring of 2021. These land leases, as well as other leases for communication towers and recreational uses, generate revenue to support the city operations. For fiscal year 2020, the solar leases generated $14.2 million for our general fund. To help our citizens better understand how city lands turn into revenues to support our community, the Finance Department has prepared a new publication titled Turning Land into Revenues: Understanding Solar Lease Revenues. Within its pages, you will learn how the city acquired the El Dorado Valley, how much land remains for public recreation, how the revenues are allocated for public use, how the lease process works, future projections of revenue to benefit our community, and much more. You may view the new publication at the Finance Department webpage under the Publications tab at www.bcmv.org/finance. During the past 12 months, the city has been actively seeking grants to supplement our financial resources. Over this past year, the city has applied for several grants from the Department of Homeland Security for our fire department. Unfortunately, due to the high number of requests received by the federal government, Boulder City was not selected to receive a fire department grant this year. The city has also sought out grant opportunities to help mitigate the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic. In addition to the CARES Act subgrant we received from Clark County, the city also received a grant from the Federal Aviation Administration under the CARES Act to help with the airport with revenue shortfalls. The city has one outstanding debt or bond issue, which originally paid for the construction of the raw water line. In the fall of 2019, the Finance Department refinanced with J.P. Morgan Chase Bank the water revenue bonds with a private placement bond. The end result was a lower interest rate of 2.06% and a final payoff of the debt in the year 2032. The refinance of the debt will save the city over $3.5 million in present net value. Much like how our residents have a savings account or other investments, the city sought out additional revenue opportunities for our cash on hand to make it work for us. The Nevada Local Government Investment Pool, managed by the Nevada State Treasurer's Office, is working closely with the city to maximize the return on investment, ensuring the city's money is wisely invested and earning a higher yield than a traditional savings account, but also with higher flexibility than bonds. Nevada law provides several legislative options to assist cities with planning for financial issues. This past year, our budget manager, Angela Manninen, and our accounting manager, Rebecca Gillis, worked with the City Council to adopt city codes to establish 5 special funds. These new funds are the Compensated Absences Fund. The fund provides for the payout of any employee liabilities, such as accumulated vacation or sick leave balances, at the end of their employment with the city. Next, the Extraordinary Maintenance, Repair, or Improvement of a Capital Asset Fund. This allows the city the means to pay for unexpected repairs, such as a rock slide or roof collapse. Third, the Vehicle and Equipment Replacement Fund. This allows the city to plan for the replacement of city vehicles and equipment. Fourth, the Revenue Stabilization and Natural Disaster Mitigation Fund. This allows the city to set aside funds for unplanned reductions in revenue due to a natural disaster or other economic distress. The Risk Management Fund. This allows the city to set aside funds for claims against the city not covered by insurance, including legal fees. Scheduling and tracking time for public safety employees is always a challenge due to their unique work schedules. To improve our processes, the city integrated the in-time schedule software with our financial software to improve the reliability for proper compensation of our public safety employees for the hours worked and to help their supervisors prepare the complex shift schedules. In January 2020, the IRS issued a new Form W-4 for employee tax withholding. This form is more complex than the form used previously. With a little bit of testing, we were able to get this form implemented into our employee self-service system. Now our employees can complete the form electronically rather than completing a paper form. Improvements were made to our Human Resources module within the Munis Enterprise software used by the city for our financial systems. These improvements simplified the creation and modification of employee data sets to ensure more accurate tracking of key milestones for employees and their compensation. In February 2020, we upgraded our meter reading software from Itron MVRS to their new Itron Field Collection System. This upgrade allowed the city to start using the newer models of electric and water meters. In July 2020, we reorganized the layout of our business license webpage and updated our business license complaint form. Citizens may now fill out and submit the form online without the need to print. All outdated links were updated or removed, and now citizens can help by reporting any COVID-19 mitigation violations by local businesses. In April of 2020, we selected our new print vendor, DataPros, and completed a redesign of our utility bills. The new bills provide a clear breakdown of consumption charges and monthly water service fees. We also added an additional year of history to the consumption graphs, allowing a comparison of the current year to the previous year. The Nevada Taxpayers Association recognizes good government through the Cashman Good Government Award program. The Cashman Good Government Award awards government entities and individuals who put workplace experience together with ingenuity to make citizen services work better, faster, and cheaper. Boulder City was the statewide recipient in the Small Cities category for our efforts to save tax dollars through the refinance of one outstanding bond issue. The Government Finance Officers Association, also known as GFOA, established the Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting Program in 1945 to encourage and assist state and local governments to go beyond the minimum requirements of generally accepted accounting principles to prepare comprehensive annual financial reports that evidence the spirit of transparency and full disclosure. Boulder City consistently qualifies for this award and is a recipient for the fiscal year 2019 Consolidated Annual Financial Report, also known as a CAFR. For the curious, Boulder City has posted our CAFRs on our city website under the Finance Department page, and by selecting the Comprehensive Annual Financial Reports link on the left-hand side, you may review our past CAFR documents.
Thank you for watching the Finance Department Update. We hope you share in our enthusiasm when we say the best is yet to come. In this upcoming year, we hope to continue improving our transparency efforts with videos such as this one, Cost-saving goals include bringing the publication of our consolidated annual financial report in-house and creating a Boulder City budget and summary book for submission to the Government Finance Officer's Distinguished Budget Presentation Awards Program. Once again, thank you for watching. For more information about the Boulder City Finance Department, please visit www.bcnv.org/finance.